Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I am Christine if you are new here and haven't met me before. It's great to have you along. Today I am doing the naming my babies tag. So a little disclaimer is that I'm actually filming this while I'm still pregnant with my second baby, who is a girl. And by the time this video goes up, I will have well and truly had her, because I am doing some filming ahead of time so that you guys still get good content, but I can have a little break because, you know, childbirth and recovery is a bit of hard work. But we have had her name decided for a very long time, and it would have been announced by the time you see this video, so I'm happy to share it with you here. This tag is pretty much just talking about what I've named my babies and why I named them that, and other names that we might have considered. So, another little disclaimer, if you hear some screeching and stuff, it's my son. He's falling asleep for his nap. Anyway, so my son's name is Jack Anderson, and his name, I'm pretty sure we were set on from the get-go. I don't remember really thinking of any other names. I just like the name Jack. I think for a very brief period I considered the name Jackson, but Jack was pretty much just what we went with. It is a very strong family name on both sides of the family, but that wasn't the reason we went with it. And I did look up the meaning, and it means God is gracious, I believe, which I didn't know before time, so it's kind of cool to know that it has that meaning. We both liked it. Shane liked it. I liked it. I thought it suited a boy and a grown man, and so it would work well. And then his middle name took a while to come up with, because we wanted something, because our surname is Keys, like Jack Keys. It needed to be something that would balance that out. So we ended up going with the name Anderson, and I had heard it as a first name, and I didn't care for it as a first name, but I liked it for a middle name, and I liked that it was strong. And we have some very good family friends that are very, very dear to me, and so I loved the idea that we were naming our son after them, or including them in our son's name, and so he became Jack Anderson Keys. I don't remember considering any other middle names for him. It took us a while to get that one, but I'm really happy with it. And it's funny because I did speak to these friends not that long ago, and I was like, yeah, the only time we ever call him Jack Anderson is when he's in trouble. So that's how they're remembered, but it works out okay. So in regards to our daughter's name, her name is Annie Elizabeth. And again, her name was fairly well picked out before she was even conceived, really. When I was pregnant with Jack, we didn't know the gender that we were having, and we kept it a surprise right up until the end. And so we had two names picked out, and the second name we had picked out was Charlotte Elizabeth. But towards the end of the pregnancy, I had changed my mind, and I liked the name Annie better. But Shane was like, nope, we're sticking with Charlotte. It's just the pregnancy hormones. We're not changing it. And so I was kind of glad that I'd had a boy, because I love the name Jack Anderson, but it's not that I don't like the name Charlotte. It's just that it's very common at the moment, and so I didn't really want a super common name. And so with this pregnancy, I had said if we're having a girl, I really want to call her Annie. And my husband was fine with that. He didn't really care. He liked the name Annie, and I liked it because I thought Jack and Annie goes really well together. I did consider the name Anne for a while, but I thought we're never going to call her that, so what is the point? And I know grown women who are called Annie, and I don't actually know any little girls who are called Annie, and that's kind of why I like the name, because it's not super popular at the moment, but I feel like it's kind of spunky and feminine at the same time. And I'm pretty sure the name Annie is something to do with the meaning grace, or something along those lines. Anyway, and her middle name Elizabeth, that was set in stone. Our first daughter was always going to have the middle name Elizabeth, because it's a family name. It's my middle name, my mother's middle name, my grandmother's first name. It goes way back. In fact, I have my great-great-great-grandmother's wedding band, and it has her name Elizabeth O'Connor engraved on the inside. So it's a very strong family name, but I didn't necessarily want it for her first name. So Annie Elizabeth, and Elizabeth means consecrated to God, which I think is a very special meaning. There is also a family pull for Annie, although that's not the reason we chose it. There's my sister Sarah's middle name is Anne, and she gets called Annie a bit, just as a nickname. And my husband's grandmother's first name is Anne, or she's known by Anne. I think her first name's actually Margaret, but she's known by Anne. So there are family ties on both sides. If she was a boy, we were considering the name Scott or Scotty, which we may still use if we end up having another son. But for a girl's name, I'm super happy with it. I cannot wait to meet her. And obviously I would have done already, and I would have probably introduced you to her by now, by the time this video goes up. But yeah, I just love it. I feel like Jack and Annie go really well together. They're simple, but they're strong names, and I want my children to have strong names and not like super duper common names either. And that's all I have to say about the naming my babies tag. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. If you have children called Jack or Annie, please let me know in the comments. It'd be cool to find out. Otherwise, if you'd like to keep up to date with the videos that I post, please hit the subscribe button. Love to have you along. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.